United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good evening, everybody. It is November 4th, 7 p.m. Welcome to the Village of Granville's board meeting. First order of business tonight is I need to ratify the meeting minutes of our last meeting that was on October 7th. Dean makes the motion, and Denise seconds. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Moving on to our monthly reports, we have a report from Granville Fire Department. Structure fire at 4, motor vehicle accidents at 4, EMS assist at 1, fire alarms at 1, standby was 1, grass and brush fires was 2, hazardous conditions 1. Total alarms for October was 14. Calls out year to date is 162. I have a report from our village justice, Roger Ferrando. A check for the amount of $2,701 was sent to the chief fiscal officer of the village of Granville on Monday, November 4th, 2024. I have our report from Kurt Padone, our local ordinance officer. He has 3 verbal warnings issued, 2 written warnings issued, 1 referred to court, 1 referred to code enforcement. And I have our water testing results. 1 was taken at 75 Quaker Street, 1 at 89 North Street, 1 at 48 East Potter Avenue, and all of the samples came back satisfactory. The village water of Granville is safe to drink. I had not received reports yet from our police department, which I see Ernie is not here, so I don't have that to report, but I need a motion to accept the reports as read that I did have. So Gordy makes the motion, Heather seconds, all in favor? Aye. Aye. Moving along to our appropriations. In the general fund, we have $30,088.03. Sewer fund is $22,487.77. Water fund at $9,347.12. Senior shuttle, $1,336.63. Unaudited vouchers came in at $21,549.66. Total for the month is $84,809.21. I need a motion to pay the bills. Heather makes the motion. Second. Dean seconds. All in favor? Aye. Aye. Okay, moving on to some of our mayor's reports. I do have a reminder for everybody that tomorrow is election day, a very important election at that. I just wanted to let everybody know that the elections will not be held here. If you're used to coming to the village rooms to vote in the elections, and you live in the village, your voting spot is on Main Street at the town offices. Again, you will not be able to vote here. It's going to be held at the town offices on Main Street across from Gemini Fitness. The voting hours are from 6 a.m. till 9 p.m. And I encourage everybody to get out and to exercise your right to vote. Another thing I'd like to mention is we would like to have some volunteers, if you live in the village, looking for a couple members on our zoning board of appeals. I'd need at least 2 members on that board. And the planning board right now is actually full, but we are looking for an alternate member to sit in on the board in case somebody cannot make it to a meeting or is unavailable or sick or whatever, to actually fill that seat for the time being. So, or if they have to recuse themselves from a vote. So if anybody's interested, and I will be asking around the village locally, anybody that lives in the village that wants to participate in local government and see how it operates for the zoning board of appeals or the planning board, we would be more than happy to have you on board. So another thing I'd like to discuss is I want to give everybody an update on the website development that we had donated our money to, which the town did not participate in, for the development of the website for the RERC program. discussed with Karen about this. There has been a little bit slower than hoped to get this thing up to speed, but it's anticipated that the site is going to be fully developed sometime next month by the first of the year, hopefully. They had some setbacks, but things are underway now, going smoothly. She's reasonably confident that everything should be ready, up and running, full speed in January. So, that being said, there's one thing that I'd like to discuss with everybody, and especially the board here. We are discussing, I've been talking with Rick about this, and he picked this up at NICOM as another great bit of information that we learned. There is a thing out there called gross sales receipts tax. This is a tax that would go onto something like a utility bill or telephone usage or something like that that's billed to the utility that's supplying this. I'm looking to get a 1% tax on this for the gross sales receipts tax. This will kind of keep us tax cap compliant for the state, so we don't have to go over a tax cap for a tax increase. It'll also generate some pretty good revenue for the village as it stands. Statewide right now, most municipalities collect on average of about 5% on gross sales receipts, and I feel that 1% on this for power bills and things such as that to have the utilities pay is a fair amount. Rick, would you like to fill in a little bit more of this? You were the man down there at NICOM when they got the full brunt or the information on this, please.
It is something that's being discussed by a lot of municipalities across the state. A number of municipalities, more than half of the municipalities in New York State, collect a gross receipts tax. Gross receipts tax refers to utilities that use our public right of way, right? So this would be the power poles out front, telephone lines, anything that's in there. Can be your cell phone, because that's a tower somewhere else, but just simply public utilities that use that right of way. This is a tax that we would levy upon NYSEG or upon AT&T, whomever is using the phone lines out there. Ultimately, sometimes the utility will pass it on to the customer, sometimes we won't. We would ask them not to. But as we know, we spend a tremendous amount of money on utilities, right? You look at the village budget, $30-some-odd thousand just on street lights, another $30,000 on the water plant. So they develop a lot of income off the village. We do want to basically keep tax cap compliant, but I'm sure you've heard several other local municipalities are grappling with exceeding the tax cap. That's not something you want to have to do, but when some of your larger line items are going up, our retirement rates increased 17% this year, despite the fact that stock market had a good year last year. New York State retirement has increased the rates, average of 15 to 17%. That's a large line item. Our health insurance, we're seeing double-digit increases again this year. We're being told that we're lucky. We're going to be in the mid to high teens. I've seen some insurers that are as high as 22 to 25% this year. Another large line item. So, when you have these large increases, where can you cut? We've already made cuts in staffing. We used to have 6 full-time police officers. We now have 5. We used to have 8 DPW workers. We now have 6. There's just not a lot of room to pare back personnel-wise and supportable services. So I think this is, a small thing, but it would give us another revenue source other than real property tax collection. So many municipalities are looking at this or have already adopted it. You do so by adopting a local law. You ask the village attorney to draft a local law for a gross receipts tax. You have a public hearing, take public input, and then the village board decides whether or not they want to adopt the procedure.
Okay, so that's the brief version of this coming up with it, but just a quick poll of the board on something like this would be something that the board would be interested in pursuing. Because if so, I would like to get this in the works as soon as possible. Possible to even have a public meeting at next month's meeting about this to start off. Anybody have any?
I'm just curious, a village our size, how much revenue would be generated if we did decide to go with this? Do you have any idea of any numbers they put out there? Or?
It's going to really depend on what people's bills are. The power bills. I mean, you're going to have some that are high, some are low.
I think annually it's a five-figure number. I mean, that would be my, whether it's a low, mid five-figure number, but it's something that also would be consistent, right? We do get 5% of earnings for given franchise, right? As part of their franchise agreement, we get 5% of the revenue that they develop. This is 1%, not 5. But for cable franchise, we get 5%, and that is a $32,000 number in the budget. So I'm just trying to put some more spokes in the wheel, so we don't have to lean on the taxpayer. Taxpayer has got a lot of competing priorities. I know you go to the grocery store, you probably like I do, you can't walk out of there without spending about $100. You just got a couple bags. So we want to maintain services. We also want to do so responsibly. I just think this is another possible way from the school to keep us tax compliant.
Basically, what it's boiling down to is, again, like he says, to keep the services that we have and to keep them functioning, which people want, then they have to be paid for. And right now, our retirement insurance premiums are just going up and up and up and up and up. I wish the wages were going up as the same as those other costs, but they're not. And it's tough to maintain, to keep tax compliant without some kind of other revenue sources. So
I'm familiar with a similar program. I know for years and years, Washington County Dispatch has been taking 2 or 5 cents off for every bill. Will help us fund the dispatch center, right. Which I believe they're still doing. So it's certainly a good program. Mm-hmm. Definitely another good way to generate some good revenues. So,
Gordy?
Yeah, I'm at
any revenue stream we can get these days, I think is a good thing.
What do you think, Heather?
If it'll help offset not having to raise the taxes for the homeowners, property owners.
I don't think it's a big hit for our homeowners. I don't think it would really be hard to handle if they didn't tax it on us. They may not tax it on them. So.
Probably not. I don't think they would, but either way. So is the board okay to have Mike draft a local law on this, that we can have a meeting, a public hearing at the beginning of 7 p.m. next month? Is that okay with you, Mike? Can you have that drafted by then? Yeah. Okay.
I'll second that.
Denise makes the motion, Dean seconds, and all in favor? Aye. I agree too. So we'll be having a public hearing at 7 p.m. at our next monthly meeting on gross sales receipts tax. Okay, moving along. I don't really have anything other for the mayor's report, so I'm going to open this floor for public comment. If you would like to speak, now is going to be your time. You have 5 minutes to speak. Please address the board and speak directly to the board. This is not a question and answer period, but if you'd like to speak, now would be your time, if anybody would like to say something. Ma'am, go ahead.
My name is Robin Anderson. I'm the state formation coordinator at St. Mary's, and I'm going to give you a packet for the youth group.
Mm-hmm.
Just hit the highlights. It's going to be open to 6th and 12th grade. Anybody can come. The program is faith-based, but it is not religion. Okay? So it's going to be open to everybody. We've had a couple of kids that we had in a group previously. We had 4 of them. all over. It's the trail map for life that you saw in your packet there. That you see has got 10 different parts to it, and we do things like money management, health, nutrition, those kinds of things, time management, what your mother told you when you were little, you are who you hang out with. That's another part of the program. Community work, building character stuff, that sort of thing. We have non-electronic games that we hope is going to foster some interaction and conversation with the kids. We're going to provide food for them with the hope that kids will start to plan menus, and we're going to teach them some money management, that sort of thing along that lines. We're going to have a homework area. We're going to be showing movies. Like next month, they want to do It's a Wonderful Life, which they will all poo-poo, but I'll bet they enjoy it. The volunteers that are going to be working this thing are all background checked, and they are vetted as upstanding members of St. Mary's, and we are going to get the parents involved as much as they would like to. We have behavior and dress code agreements that both the parent and the child will have to sign. Those two things came exactly from what Father did so many years ago, way before my time. But we know that this is a program that, because it's being done in a church, that we might only have a few kids at first, but our hope is that these kids will enjoy it, go and tell their friends, and bring them so that we can grow this program. We are not asking anybody for money. We did get a grant that is helping us to get started. We're also going to be helping these kids to do some community service, like working at the food bank, maybe reading at the library to other kids, and that sort of thing. This Trail Map for Life is on YouTube. Has the website on one of the pages there. Anyway, so our whole purpose in all of this is to get these kids seeing that there are self-respect, morals, values that, unfortunately, in our society, these kids are not getting anywhere but hopefully at home. Once they get out of the home, they're being told, parents don't count. We want to tell them that they are, and that, they count. And hopefully we will teach them a few things and get them to have some wholesome and safe environment to come to.
Okay, good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anybody else would like to speak for public comment? Floor is open.
So I got one thing, Mayor. I reached out to Scott here a couple weeks ago on the Veterans banners, and last year I had an opportunity to take them down after Veterans Day, and noticed a lot of mildew and a lot of general cleaning needs to be done. So Scott had reached out to Charlie King, who did an outstanding job putting the program together, and Charlie was certainly in favor, but there were a tremendous amount of banners. If we could set up some type of workshop or get volunteers to help us clean the vinyls off so we can store them away properly, because a lot of times we take them down after Veterans Day, they're pretty damp, with mildew. I mean, they just really need a good general cleaning, but it'd be nice if we could get some group or somebody that would help volunteer to clean all these banners. But basically, we just take it down, roll them up. We don't really have a chance of cleaning them away from down, but it really needs to be done. I would love to see them go up in the spring. I hate to see them come down after Veterans Day, but I just want to make sure we can preserve them so we can have it for future enjoyment, recognize our veterans.
Sounds like a good project for your new youth group.
I was just hearing all that.
Yeah, it'd be a great thing to get them introduced to the village and get to know everybody around here. It also helps the youth to get to know the police, DPW guys, and everything else to work within their own community. I think it's a good program all the way around. But I agree with you, Dean. It'd be nice to see those things cleaned up and put away again so they're fresh in the spring.
That's a great idea.
Okay, does anybody else have anything else to say? If not, I'm going to close this part of the public meeting. Public comment is closed. I do not have anything for executive session So right now, I'm gonna need a motion to adjourn meeting.
I'll make it.
Heather makes the motion, Gordy seconds, all in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. Thanks for coming, everybody.
Happy Thanksgiving.
Yep.
Vote.
Yep, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. I'll see you